When you're trying to do Zoom games to a large group of children, it's so easy for the whole thing to descend into chaos. There's massive problems with mute buttons, everyone's talking at the same time, and no one knows what on earth is going on. Luckily, there is a better way. I've got 11 Zoom games for you that are perfect for children of all ages, and they're good because they're structured in a way where they can't go that wrong if you do them with a big group. I promise. Okay, game number 1 is called 1, 2, 3, look. The idea of this one is you pick one person to be it. That person is going to pick a type of face they're going to do. It's all about emotions, this one. So there's 3 choices for the person that's it. They can do a happy face, an angry face, or a sad face. So they take the pick. And then what everyone else does, they're going to put their hands on their eyes, but then they are going to do a face as well. They're going to predict what face the person who's it is going to do. So they might do, for example, a happy face with the hands over their eyes. And then everyone's going to count to 3. You're going to go a bit like 1, 2, 3. And then you look. And if your face is copying what the person who's its face is doing, then you're okay. If not, you're out. Keep going, have a few rounds, and in the end, you will have a champion. Next game is Do As I Say, Not As I Do. This is another game where one person is chosen to be it. They are on for the game. And that person, what they're going to do, they're going to give some instructions, but the idea is they're going to do a different action as they say it. They might say something like, pat your feet. And the idea is, everyone listening, they've got to pat their feet. If they pat their shoulders and they copy the action, disaster. That's not the way to go. Other examples of things you can do are things like, give a thumbs up, show me 3 fingers, do a happy face, and all that kind of stuff. They really love that one. A great icebreaker, great team builder, fantastic happy days. Next game is impressions. You need the mute button for this one. One person again is on. A lot of these games were like that. One person is chosen to be on. That person is going to do some kind of impression. It's good if they put the mute button on. They could do, for example, an animal. That's a really easy one to do, especially with younger children. Try the animals. They could be like an elephant, for example, with like a long trunk. They could be doing all this kind of stuff like a monkey and all that kind of thing. Other good impressions to do are things like superheroes. It could be, which you haven't guessed, it was meant to be Superman. It could be the Hulk, all that kind of thing. Next is the rock, paper, scissors Olympics. For this, again, one person is chosen to be it, and it could potentially be the adult. Everyone is playing against the person who's it. Even if you've got 30 people, fantastic. So you go a bit like rock, paper, scissors, shoot, and do whatever. And it's just the classic rules. All the people are against the person that's it. So if the person's got paper and you've got stone, you're out. You just have to sit there for the next round. And you just keep going, have a few rounds, and every round there'll be quite a few people getting knocked out. At the end, there's often some kind of very exciting head-to-head, 1 against 1. Who will be the champion? If you're liking these games so far, then please do hit that like button. That really helps me spread these games to a wider audience. So yeah, please do like. Thank you so much. Next game is 1, 2, 3, look. Numbers. The idea of this one person is on again. Everyone else are going to close their eyes really, really tight. The person who is on is going to show a number on their fingers. They might go like this. They might go like this. Everyone with their eyes closed is going to guess what number the person's showing and show that on their fingers. So they might be sitting there a bit like this. Or whatever it is. Then you all together, you say 1, 2, 3, look. You go a bit like 1, 2, 3, look. And if they've got the same number, well, hey, you are one of the champions. Have a few rounds and see if you can get down to one person. Everyone else that gets the wrong number is out. Top tip is you can make that one a bit trickier if you want. You can do things like number bonds. You can maybe like try and do number bonds to 10. So if the person who's it has got 6, you have to get a 4. That's much more challenging, but gets a bit of adding into it as well. Next is the mouthing game. For this, one person is on again. That person is going to press their mute button, so you can't hear what they're saying while you're playing the game. That person is going to say something. It's good if you pick a theme. It could be something like food, for example. So they could be mouthing the names of food. It could be something like, which is pasta. You can pick another theme if you want. It could be something like vehicles, superheroes, anything they're interested in, give it a whirl. Next is the can't laugh challenge. They all love this one. One person's on, everyone else is trying not to laugh. The person that's on, they can do anything. They can do their silliest voice, silly face, impressions, jokes, any of that kind of stuff. If anyone laughs, they are out. Next one is simple charades. I say simple because the normal rules of charades are very tricky for most children. So make it simpler. One way is to do the animal version. One person is on again. They are just going to do an impression of an animal, and everyone else are going to try and guess what it is. Or it could be something like a vehicle. They're going to pretend to be a vehicle, and everyone's going to try and guess what it is. The vehicles could be stuff like this. That's supposed to be a plane, and all that kind of thing. That is the easiest way to start charades. give it a whirl. Next is the classic thumbs up, thumbs down game. This works really well as a kind of team builder and getting to know everyone's preferences for different things. All you do, one person is on, that person's going to try and find out what the others like and what they don't like. It could be something like, do you like spaghetti? And it's either a simple one of these or one of these. Do you like the colour blue? Of course, you can jazz it up so much. Instead of doing the thumbs up, thumbs down, you could do a kind of different dance. If it's good, thumbs up, you do a kind of funky dance. This kind of thing. Maybe if it's bad, thumbs down, it's some kind of slow and sad dance, like this kind of stuff. So yeah, you ask a question again. Do you like potatoes? Either this or this. And it's very simple to see what's going on. Next game is Copycat Freeze. For this again, you need one child that's going to be on. They are the cat that everyone else is going to try and copy. And all you do for this is the cat is going to do some kind of movement. Animals will go on again for this. They could be doing like this kind of stuff. Everyone's just going to try and copy. They might try and be like a bird and do this kind of thing. Again, vehicles will go on. They could be pretend to be different vehicles or superheroes, any of that kind of stuff. But then the thing is, at any given point, they're going to say freeze and then shout the name of something that you're dealing with. So if there's an animal version of the game, they might say freeze, tiger. And everyone's going to try and freeze like a tiger. Or they might say, if you're doing vehicles, they might say freeze, train. And you do kind of like that. And everyone's just going to freeze in their pose. Next is one person's on Twister. What you do for this, one person's on, everyone else is going to do the moves. The person that's on just says different things. They might say, put one arm out to the side. Pat your shoulder with your other arm. Put one leg up in the air. Put one foot behind your head, etc., etc. You can get people into crazy positions. Great fun, great for flexibility, a kind of fun yoga experience, but really good for team building and an icebreaker. If you've enjoyed these games, another video you'll really like is my Zoom PE games. Teaching physical education over Zoom can be quite challenging because you haven't got much space. Often children are just stuck in one small bit of the room. And so all these games are just all about doing fun things on the spot. And again, they're great for a range of different ages. So check out that video. You can see it on the screen here. So click on that one and watch that one next.